How you doing, guys? It is the Get Loud podcast presented by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. That's Smoot. I'm Jinx.
Fresh off of vacation. Look tanned up, baby.
Tan and creepy. Look at this mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Come get into my van.
But you say your girl wanted you to grow the mustache.
My girl said, please grow a mustache, keep the stubble, let your beard or let your hair kind of go crazy. Just keep this look for a while because I really like it.
What about the mustache? Does she like, because the
I don't
mustache
know.
has ran its turn. Like
Yes.
the mustache.
I agree.
Like, I think it's creepy to like see a dude now and he just got a mustache.
Just
like,
a mustache
Just
is creepy.
a mustache. When did that become creepy? Did it happen in like the late 2000s or something? But just a mustache. But no, if you're over 50, you can rock just the mustache, right?
I just hit 50, so I can do it. Now, do I look creepy? Do you want your kids around me? No.
No.
Everybody stay away from the guy with the mustache. But the girl likes it.
Hey, listen, and if she likes it, I love it. And that's the way it has to be.
The rumor is, I don't remember this, but the rumor is that you used to have
A mustache weasel at the time. You know what? When I first came out of college, because I always had the baby face.
Yeah.
And when you're young, you try to look older. And when you're older, you're trying to look young. So at that time, I was like, I need facial hair, but I couldn't grow a beard.
Yeah.
At the time. It was more like Paul Pierce in the playoffs. You know, it was very spotty. I couldn't do it. So I just grew the mustache. And then one day I was looking in the mirror and I was ashamed of myself. Have you ever looked in the mirror visually and been ashamed of yourself?
What am I doing?
Like, what are you doing with this mustache? So then I just cut it off.
Okay.
And then I started going military style. Just clean face.
Yep.
And that seemed to be good for me. But every wintertime, I grow a beard.
Okay.
For my mom, you know, no shave November, cancer, you know. I grow my beard, but then I cut it right back off as soon as the sun show his face.
Can you grow a full beard?
I can grow a full beard. Yes, I can.
Oh.
Yes, I can. That's when I turned to my alter ego, Smoodra's Album. See, you don't want to see Smoodra's. I'm different. Listen, I'm different with that beard. Now, you know what? I can say this about a beard.
Okay.
It go with a suit.
Oh, yeah. And beards are in style, too.
When did it happen? When did women just say, you know what? Lumberjacks.
Yeah.
We want all downy men.
Yes.
All right? I did the men say, you know what? Beards are back in. Because I don't know when it happened. I just remember it flipping. And I remember I wasn't cool anymore because I don't rock a beard.
Right.
And then, now I'm in the elevator, going to like the 10th floor. Some dude gets on the elevator, freshly groomed beard, lined up to the T, smelling like a god. And now I'm second guessing myself in my bearderdom. So at the end of the day, hair for some men, for some men not. I would like to get a poll on how women really feel about beards. Do they love them? Do they like them? Or is they just okay?
Well, if you're a lady in the comments, put it in the comments.
Beard
Tell us what
gang
you
or
think.
not?
Beard or no?
Yes.
I already know what you think about the mustache.
Yes.
You'd be like, Jinx, no go.
Yeah,
Shave that
mustache
bad
weasel.
boy. But I got to keep the lady happy.
Yeah, I understand.
Beard or no, one thing that you are good at
Yeah.
is evaluating talent.
I
so,
am.
when I was on vacation, this was in the comments.
Yeah.
This is from Contour3920. Is it just me, or is Fred Smoot actually a better player evaluator than Logan? And someone else responded, I've been saying it for months now.
Yeah.
Fred is way better at evaluating players.
Thank you, fans, for telling the truth.
Now, Logan is very good, but this is your chance.
But here's the thing about it. You don't go to a restaurant because it's very good. You go to great restaurants, all right? And mine is a great restaurant. 5 stars. 5 stars when you talk about talent evaluation. All right? At the end of the day, when I look for a football player, it's more than the 40, it's more than the bench press. Do you love the game of football? And then if I can find 2 or 3 things that I feel like that'll translate to the pros from college, if you got 3 out of the 5, I think you got a good chance. Now it's all about what system do you get into right now. After that, like as high as I was on Deebo Samuel when he came out, I knew he needed to be in the right system. Because if he didn't, they was going to use him wrong.
Yeah.
All right, so I myself breaking down these guys, and the combine was they blew it away this weekend.
Yes, they
like,
did.
The combine was crazy. So watching these guys under that type of stress show up and do what they did, the DBs ran up out of there. I'm talking about 4 3s, 4 4s everywhere. The athletes are doing what everything else on earth does. They are evolving, and that's a scary thing.
Sure.
They are getting bigger, stronger, faster. So now it's all about who can play within these white lines, within these 4 quarters. Who has the nerves to calm down and understand it's still football. So it's a mental part of that too. So it can't all be about visual. I think you also have to try to break the player down mental and see, do he love the game of football?
You said something that I always think is interesting, which is, does this guy love the sport? Because there are a lot of players out there
that's good. They're
like, I'm great at football, but I don't know if I love it.
Yeah, yes. And you know players that love it because contracts don't matter to them. Like, you see some players get a contract and they play, go down. That means they don't love the game.
Right.
They good at the game. They didn't got paid for the game, but they don't love it. Like, I was always told this. If you love something and you put love in it, it'll love you back.
Yeah.
Well, this game of football has loved me because I have put love into it. So I could always tell in the locker room which player loves it. Like, I used to love practicing. Me and Coach Gibbs used to talk about it all the time. Like, what? Most players don't love practicing. Why do you? It's another day of playing football.
I love the game.
I love the locker room. I love my teammates. I love just doing it. Like, people don't understand. This is a children's game. We're getting paid as grown men to play. A game. I play a children's game. I better enjoy it with a childlike heart. Because if you don't, it will chew you up and spit you out. No doubt.
So we're going to get into the combine and what we saw. Some players maybe on the rise, maybe a guy or two that's falling in your eyes.
Yeah.
But what was your combine experience like?
First of all, I was part of that 1%, other 1%.
Okay.
So I ain't had to really do nothing at the combine. I was just walking around with my chest out, you know what I'm saying? Dapping people up, talking to people. I did my interviews. I really didn't do nothing at the combine. But I did the bench press one time, baby.
225?
225.
One time.
One thrust. There you go. Rack them. All right? Dude, I told him rack them. Y'all did not come here for a bodybuilder. You came here for a football player. I'm a grass athlete. Show me the grass, and I'll show you some interceptions. I'll show you some plays. Watch me run. I was never the strongest. I was 175 pounds when I came out.
Oh, wow.
All right? The 225, 50 pounds bigger than more than me. Like,
right.
So at the time, and then long arms that don't help you in the bench press.
That's right.
So I already knew that was going to be my weakest thing. But I knew I didn't care. Like, and one coach told me, like, I give you more props for getting under there because most players wouldn't have.
Okay.
They would have found a way to say,
Yeah.
I ain't going to do the bench press. He was like, you knew you was going to do it one time. You did not care. That says a lot about you. So I think sometimes people got to understand you're going to be on the surface anyway. They're going to find out everything about you in the combine. Like, it's the most intrusive. Like, they know everything from your blood type. We literally sit in the hospital for the first 8 hours after we land. We literally land, we get on the bus, and we go to the hospital for 8 hours. They checking everything from bone, man, everything you can possibly.
Wow.
A family history, any history in your family, like, they going to get down to the nitty-gritty. And that's what I say. Like, sometimes I don't think the combine is fair in that, right? Because you just took 2 pints of my blood.
Right.
And now you want me to run the 40 tomorrow and bench. Like, come on, man. Like, I think it's high pressurized.
Yeah.
Only a few people can handle it.
And also, there's an interview process. They want to get to know you.
And guess what? This is how the interview looks.
Okay.
See these cameras right here?
Okay.
The GM sitting right there, the head coach sitting right there with the camera on you. Fred,
Oh, my God.
Fred Smoot. What happened on Mississippi State campus 2000 of May the 2nd? Oh, I went to a frat party, and it was jumping. So they know these factual things about you, and they want to see you talk about these things. They're going to ask some of the weirdest questions.
Like this one. Fred Smoot.
Yeah.
What happened to that butter cake you made over the weekend?
It was drunken.
Oh, okay.
And I lost to Zach Selby, man. I lost the cook-off, and it hurt so bad. Okay. See, the thing about it, he went ooey-gooey, like the ones you buy out of the store, the little square ones. Yeah. And I tried to do it maestro style. All right, that was in my spring-loaded pan. I tried to make it higher. I tried to make it steakhouse quality. I fell short in doing it. Fell short.
You'll be back.
But I'll be back. Don't worry about it. The one thing about it, I'm a young Jeezy when I come to that oven in that kitchen and them pots and them pans.
So you watched a lot of the combine.
Yeah.
I watched some of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who was a player or two that you watched, and certainly what they did in college stands out on the field, but that really stood out to you?
Money makers of the weekend.
Okay.
Let's start off with one guy, J.J. McCarthy. Listen to me.
Okay.
Not only does he have quarterback face. Uh-huh. Now, you know my terms of quarterback face. Do you understand that?
No, you got to explain it.
All right, quarterback face is this. When we grow up in high school, in junior high school, ain't the tallest, sexiest, prettiest man always the quarterback?
Seems that way.
Listen, it just happens, right?
Yeah.
Like college, I walk up in, you don't have to see who the quarterback is. You can point him out.
Like who? That's the quarterback.
It's the quarterback.
That's the
Listen, quarterback face. So I was like, all right, so I started to do my investigation on quarterback face.
Okay.
All right, and I have a scale of 1 to 10. J.J. McCarthy comes in at an 8.5 in quarterback face.
Oh, that's
meaning
strong.
he's a very attractive man. All right, so the thing about it is I did my investigation. I was like, well, who are the unattractive quarterbacks that have been great in the league? So as I started to go through, it was only 2 teams that kept sticking out, that just kept coming with ugly quarterbacks.
Who's that?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
They had a run for a while. Cordell Stewart, Big Ben. Yeah. It wasn't good.
No.
You know, so then no, I'm being honest.
No, I know.
Yeah. So then I started saying, well, who are the great quarterback? Then I was like, Dan Marino, Joe Montana, like these guys.
Montana.
Patrick Mahomes.
Golden boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So quarterback, you show me a ugly quarterback, then I start to drop him down my draft board. Now, like I said, it's exceptions to the rule. It's exceptions to every rule.
Sure.
But J.J. McCarthy, I think by interviewing, the way he threw the ball, and he only did what he was asked to do in college, with a pro coach in college, I think he made himself some money this week. I wouldn't be shocked if 6 quarterbacks go in the first round.
If he grows a beard, he might get even better looking.
Now he Billy D. Williams. All right? That's going to be too much. All right? I thought Michael Penix made himself some money this weekend. I thought he threw the ball well. Everybody talking about how unorthodox his throwing motion is, and his left hand. What people don't understand about it, if you're catching a left-hand ball, it spins counterclockwise.
It's different.
It's different than a right-hand ball. So I think people don't look at that. So I think he made him some money. Chop Robinson.
I was going to say.
Chop Robinson.
Watch out.
He looked good. He's
already an All-American, and then he showed off that speed. He ran on the 4.4.
That's what I'm talking about, 240 pounds. And he said he was named Pork Chop because when he was born, he was 14 pounds.
God bless.
Imagine carrying him. Congratulations. You knew when he was born, I would have held him up. Just like this. This is the next. Like 14 pounds?
That's 2 babies in one.
Yes. That's twins.
Oh, my God. In one baby.
No, 2 7-pound twins. That's a hefty birth. All right. Another one that looked good getting out that bus. I brought up Deebo Samuels.
Okay.
South Carolina Gamecocks got another one. Xavier Legette.
Okay.
He looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger with his shirt off. Oh! Then he ran a 4.40. Then he looked fluent in all his drills. Do not be shocked if he skyrockets.
Okay.
Put it like this. He won't get past the Chiefs at 32. Okay. If he's still available. But he probably won't be available.
I got one for you.
Talk to me.
Texas boy, Byron Murphy II.
Yes, he did. Big boy did.
Let me tell you something.
And when you said Texas, I thought you were going to go for the low-hanging fruit.
Nope. I'm not going to talk about Xavier.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about 6'1", 305, built like a bowling ball, who runs a 4.87 as a defensive tackle.
Do people understand what 4.8 seconds is?
As a D tackle.
He's 300 pounds, and I just said it takes him 4.8 seconds to run 40 yards. That's a car accident. Right?
Oh
Every time he hits somebody, chasing him down, that's a car accident. Made him some money this weekend.
He sure did.
Roma Doomsday.
Oh, yep.
Hey, listen.
Love him.
Great name. Roma Doomsday.
Listen,
I literally be Dr. Doom would be my name, and I would burn every cornerback in the league with a name like that. He reminds me of Jamar Chase.
Does he? Okay.
So what is that telling you?
It's a great comp.
Baller. All right, baller. Everybody's talking about Marvin Harrison. and they should. But this kid right here, if Marvin right here, this guy is right there. It's not that far. Like, people, I understand. Marvin Harris polished. This dude right here is polished too. Another guy. And it's the death of Alabama. That's why I'm enjoying watching this. But this is gonna be their last good crop. I enjoy watching the death of Alabama. Dallas Turner.
That's a good one.
Showed up, showed out, made his mama some money. You know when you did it too, cause see, I've been there as a player. Like, cause it ain't nothing, Jinx, like running the 40, right? When you put your hand on that line and you thinking about everything you did in your career, everything you didn't work, everything you didn't work for is about these next 4 seconds. Everything you ever done. So when you do this, your mind is, I'm either finna make me some money, or I'm finna lose some.
And that'll motivate you.
And when you come out of there, and when you running, I'm talking about running. You're running for your life. You're running for everything. And when you cross that line, and you heard the clock, and they like 437.
Single tear. Single tear.
Do you see that? Right there. Because you know now, I just broke the sound barrier. Not only did I break the sound barrier, I did it right here, right now when I had to do it.
With the pressure on?
You had the pressure
you
on.
made yourself some money.
Yeah.
Hey, let's pay some bills.
Make you some money.
Make some money.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Honda. You got to feel the power of the CR-V Hybrid and Accord Hybrid, Honda's most electrifying vehicles yet. Find adventure in one of Honda's rugged SUVs and trucks like the Pilot Trail Sport, Honda's most rugged SUV ever, or experience the thrilling performance of the fun-to-drive Honda Civic with an available turbocharged engine. Get power, performance, and ruggedness with Honda. Find the Honda perfect for you, whether you have a mustache or not.
I can see you just driving that Honda with that mustache hanging out of there.
The wind just blowing through mustache.
Everybody.
See your local Honda dealer today.
Get a free mustache with that.
Recycle Track Systems, y'all. Transforming the way commercial businesses and communities manage waste and recycling. They combine the power of AI with premium customer service. They optimize waste pickup schedules, and they ensure timely and efficient collections to keep our neighborhoods cleaner and
greener.
There it is. Visit rts.com to learn more about how they can help your business manage waste more responsibly. So we talked about the combine. Obviously, what we see in the draft will affect teams in the upcoming season. If you talk about teams who are maybe mystery teams, if you will, teams that have a lot to work with, the Commanders, one of those teams.
Yes.
But teams where, based on draft, based on cap, based on the direction in which they want to go, are intriguing to you.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's start there.
Okay.
Because out of all that bad quarterback play they had last year, they almost made the playoffs. Do y'all understand it?
Yeah.
They say that they trade with the Chicago Bears, get him a second-round pick for Justin Fields. Now, how do you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Much differently.
Much differently. They then you they going to the playoffs. Most definitely you feel that way. All right? I would feel that way because of the Mika Fitzpatricks on their team. Don't forget they still got T.J. Watt.
Yeah.
All right, George Pickens. Listen.
It's hard to say.
They got ballers. All right? So they a team that you always got to watch out for because they Pittsburgh, period. All right? And also, he'll be a attractive quarterback on their team, too. All right, next, I got the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
They did it with puppies this year. They did it with youngsters this year.
That's true.
They're going to get a year older and bring in another year of talent. And we know one thing about Green Bay. They know how to draft and nurture talent. All right, the Green Bay Packers are starting something special up there, and nobody wants to talk about it. All right, they are. And I love Kirk Cousins. I just don't see him staying in Minnesota being a threat to Green Bay or to the Detroit Lions. I just do not feel any threat from them. Another team that's very intriguing and that could field Justin Fields. How about Justin Fields to the Atlanta Falcons?
Okay.
Justin Fields.
They have weapons.
Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts at tight end, Drake London at wide receiver. Instant playoff team in a weak NFC South.
What do you think about the Giants? Like, what in the world are the
Stinks.
Giants? They stink.
Hey.
But they're saying now that they're thinking about a quarterback at number 6 or making a move for a quarterback. They signed Daniel Jones to that massive deal. They haven't tagged Saquon yet.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that they say, you know what, let's just blow it up and just start from scratch?
You know what? Just like I say, quarterback face has a lot to do with me when I'm looking at quarterbacks. Also, I'm one of them people with athlete names.
Okay.
Like, we have names.
Okay.
Like, names that you don't hear in just regular society all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you don't hear Kool-Aid, McCaskey. Like, these football sports names give us something to live up to. Now, if you tell me, here come Daniel Jones.
You mean Fidelity's
Like
Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones. I've met 99 Daniel Jones on my way to work this morning.
Right.
It's nothing more normal than Daniel and Jones. Like, listen to me. You want regular play? You want everyday regular play?
Yeah.
Go get a guy with a regular name.
Yeah.
Like, Patrick Mahomes ain't no regular name. Ain't regular. Like, Tua. Not a regular name.
That's true.
Like, Joe Montana. John Elway. You know one of those.
Yeah.
I know 1,000
Daniel Jones is, Fred, nice to meet you. I hear you're interested in the bond market.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know about that.
Daniel Jones, are you doing my taxes? Like Daniel Jones? No. That don't feel like J.J. McCarthy. Here comes J.J. McCarthy and the New York Giants.
Now, there is a possibility the Giants could make a move, or they stick at 6 where McCarthy could absolutely fall.
Be there. No, he will be there.
He's going to be there.
He will be there.
So the question is, take that handsomeness aside. Even though he like a handsome quarterback, would you take J.J. McCarthy at 6?
Sometimes I was always told by rich men,
okay,
your best investments, you probably overpay for them.
Okay.
So, yes, if that's going to be your investment and you go overdraft him, I don't never feel like you overdraft if you got your person you want.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, if they feel like Daniel Jones is too regular, they need somebody to come in there with some oomph.
Yeah.
They could throw the ball. All right. Why not? Why not? Daniel Jones has shown you one thing. My best year, I was still regular. You paid me. Count that money. I ain't never going to stop nobody from getting no contract.
Right.
Count that money. But if you're a Giants fan right now, you can't tell me you wouldn't rather have Michael Penix or J.J. McCarthy and take their let them take their bumps and watch them go through their bruises. Then you will watch Daniel Jones, a guy that been in the league 5-6 years.
How much of that is due to the Giants? I mean, offensively, they just don't. They have Saquon. Their line is bad. They don't have a lot of talent. So,
do they got Saquon? Because he a free agent.
Well, right. They could tag. But I'm saying if you're looking at Daniel Jones in the past couple years, right? Like he's had Saquon there. He's been banged up. But they don't have a lot of offensive tools. So how much of that do you chalk up to the Giants just being so moribund offensively?
Hey, we can't do that, Jinx. Don't do that. Don't see. You know,
I'm not making. I don't think he's a great quarterback.
They call that making an excuse for your kids. Right? If your kid's bad, that's probably because you're a bad parent. Right? At the end of the day, no. You can't make an excuse for him because I just watched Patrick Mahomes take his team to the Super Bowl and win it with a 7-round wide receiver. A running back, a 35-year-old tight end, and nobody at wide receiver. At quarterback, are you a dude or are you a force multiplier? A force multiplier makes those around him better.
Yeah.
Right? Daniel Jones don't make anybody better. He's not a force multiplier. He's a dude.
Yes.
Right? That's it. All right? I think they understand you got Dak, you got Jalen Hurts, and come on, Washington got the number 2 pick. Right? And you got Daniel Jones. So I'm asking you.
No, I don't believe in Daniel Jones. I'm just curious because it's all relative, right?
Yeah.
Like, even behind an incredible offensive line, I don't think he's some sort of top-tier quarterback. I'm saying on a bad football team, how much does that play into any sort of evaluation of any quarterback? Like, how much better would he be behind a great offensive line? So much better or just still a dude?
I think he's still a dude.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything special about Daniel Jones where, like, if I told you to close your eyes and give me just guess a quarterback that might have a chance to be in the Super Bowl in the next 5 years.
I wouldn't guess that.
You wouldn't. No. That's not coming out.
No.
Not a Daniel Jones-led Giants team.
Right.
You don't think that. I don't think that. I would say Bryce Young before I say that. All right?
Okay.
Because I know he did have a terrible team, and he a rookie.
Yes.
Rookie going to have their lumps. I'm fine with that. But like insanity, doing the same thing over and over again,
yeah.
expecting a different result. I think that's what the Giants are doing right now. I think it's regular. Like that's the one thing in sports you really never want to be. You never want to be in mediocrity.
Correct. And they've just been stuck in that,
cycle
for a long
That's
time.
where they at. Like, you either want to, like, be at the top or at the bottom. At least you got a direction. You either going up or you trying to stay there. All right? They're right here in the middle.
Yes.
8 and 9. Mm-hmm. That's where they at. 7 and 9. Well, whatever.
I feel like that's how the Vikings have been with Kirk Cousins for years. I mean, now, I'm not trying to change the conversation. I'm just saying, if you're talking about being stuck in mediocrity, look, Kirk is obviously a
Coach Haynes.
much better quarterback than Daniel Jones. But
he is.
Good enough to take him to the next level? No, which is why for years the Vikings just kind of sitting there, churning, winning some regular season games.
And never a playoff threat.
But never a playoff threat. And just, you know what? You're going to have a fine regular season. You're going to lose in the playoffs. And you know what you're going to do next year? The very same thing. And sometimes you have to say it's time for a change.
And you're going to pay him. Like, the one thing I can say about Kirk, he is one of the best accountants I've ever met. He know how to cash them checks now. But you're not going to get past the first round of the playoffs with Kirk Cousins as your quarterback.
Correct.
It's proven. This ain't no if. I'm not guessing.
Right.
This is who he is.
He's not going to become a different player coming off an Achilles injury at 36.
He's not.
Right.
But guess what? 8 billion people on this planet. We haven't found 32 people that can play quarterback at the same time. Do y'all understand the numbers I just said? 8 billion. We can't find 32 people to be good at the quarterback at the same time. Imagine that. Everybody 8 and 9. Everybody 8 and 8. Imagine just a duel every time you show up. No, we haven't found that. We'll never find that.
Here's something hard to find. Dual sport athletes. And I am reading that you were almost a walk-on basketball player at Indiana?
I was always built like a basketball player, don't you think? I was never built like a football player.
Right. If I didn't know you, I'd be like, he played basketball.
Basketball, I always built. And basketball helped me in football.
I bet.
Father's a lot, but basketball was my thing for a long time. But I also played both sports. And Randall was at Indiana at the time.
Oh, that's right.
Randall was dual sport. Randall played quarterback for the football team, point guard for the basketball team.
I remember playing quarterback. I forgot that he played basketball.
He played point guard. So they was like, we'll let both of you play if you come here. And they was like, not only are we going to let you play basketball and football, we're going to let you play cornerback and wideout. We want you to partner with L on the offense.
Oh, they were trying to get you, man.
Oh, I left Indiana, told my mama, I am going to Indiana.
Oh, really?
I'm about to be a Hoosier. All right? I was sold. Coach Cameron was the coach at the time. He came to the pros 3 years later.
Oh, wow.
I was going to be a part of that team, and it had a lot to do with the dual, all the stuff that they was going to let me do. And I know you shocked that I had the grades to get into Indiana. I know you shocked. But I see Anna behind there like, oh, he almost got it. Yeah. Yes, I was that intelligent. All right. Yes, it was there. But speaking of dual guys, it's been a lot of guys that I think people forget about that was 2 sports stars.
That's right.
All right. Julius Peppers played North Carolina hoops.
He sure did.
Do you know how good you got to be a hooper?
And he was a good player.
Yeah, a good player. Then you got a guy like Tony Gonzalez who actually hooped, like did both of them extensively. And he was the star on the basketball team. He was the man.
That's one of the reasons why he got drafted so high. They said, have you seen this kid on the court?
Yes. So people forget about Tony Gonzalez.
Bo Jackson, got to throw him out.
Bo knows. Like,
the original.
The thing about Bo is, do you think with no injury, is he the biggest what if in NFL history?
Yes.
If he don't get hurt, is he the all-time leading rusher? Not Barry Sanders? Not Emmitt Smith? Because I think so.
Watching him play, you see more of his baseball highlights and football highlights, but man, he was just a force.
Yes.
I've never seen anything. I've never seen a combination
of
athleticism ever.
You got Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward's
the Heisman Trophy winner that not only wins the Heisman, gets drafted in the NBA. Never plays football in the pros.
Yep.
All right. Then you got, everybody forget about BJ, Brian Jordan.
That's a good call.
Brian Jordan play cornerback with Prime, and then they would leave and go play
They
Atlanta
played Falcons
Braves.
and Braves together, right?
Yes, they did. Everybody forget about Brian Jordan. Terrell Owens. People don't understand at Chattanooga, he hooped. He would go, like, he played both sports at Chattanooga. People don't forget that about T.O. now. I know that. Jason Campbell, my quarterback. That's my quarterback. People don't understand. Jason got drafted out of high school as a pitcher.
Did he really?
Got offered a scholarship, football and basketball, to Auburn. All right. Yes, he was a 3-sport guy.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but now you do.
Let's pay some bills.
Now you do. The Get Loud podcast is brought to you by Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. Bet on a range of NFL markets with Bet36 app. Craft your own personalized bet slip and parlays. Access thousands of games with live streaming. Place your bet before the match or during the game. It's up to you. Download the Bet365 app today. Join 80 million members worldwide. Age 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Virginia. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. MWAA. We don't travel to escape life. We travel so life don't escape us. We dream of anywhere in the world, and in a blink of an eye, we're there. That's the wonder of flight. All you have to do is decide where to. Dulles International Airport. Let your imagination soar. Book your adventure today at flydulles.com/nonstop. Bills paid.
Bills paid. And just like that,
Abracadabra.
we bring in a special guest, Redskins legend.
Yes.
Gary Clark, one of the greats to ever play receiver for this organization. How are you?
The man, the myth, the legend. See, you know what? When you want to get winners in the building, see, the one thing about us, we played football, but we ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? And see, I even had Gibbs. I had the same head coach as him. And we still couldn't win nothing. But we here right now with the Super Bowl champ, the one and only Gary Clark. Thank you for coming to the show, my brother.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
You know what was funny is that you sat down and about 30 seconds in, Smoot was already talking about matchups. Immediately.
No, because me and Gary like to talk a little
too
trash.
competitive.
Yeah. Like, we like to talk a little trash to each other, so we brought up a scenario one day. I think we was in the lunchroom down here when Art Monk was here.
Yeah.
And we said, what would have happened with the matchup with me, Champ Bailey, and Darryl Green versus Ricky Sanders, Gary Clark, Art Monk. All right? Now, I didn't say who their quarterback was. All right? They had
It wouldn't matter.
How you think that matchup go? Now, where's the
we won multiple Super Bowls with different quarterbacks. It's all good, man.
But do you think we got a chance with y'all or no? Just give us some props. Yeah or nay?
I mean, y'all would have got us prepared for the Super Bowl, yes.
We ain't going to the Super Bowl with y'all.
No, y'all would have got us prepared. I mean,
you would have helped us on the practice squad.
But no, seriously, though. I mean, you guys, man-to-man skills were off the charts. You know, I got a chance to watch you guys play. I didn't get a chance to play against you, of course, but I got a chance to watch you guys play and just to see how you guys would handle the different receivers and quite talented receivers that came after we had left the game. And, no, you guys were excellent cornerbacks. I mean, 100%. You guys could definitely talk trash and back it up the majority of the time. I mean, just the posse, that's a whole
That's a different animal.
That's kind of picking your poison. Everybody, all three defensive backs would have to be on point that game.
Yeah.
You know, because typically every now and then, you know, like it's not like we always had great games every game that we played, but there was going to be one or two of us that was always going to come out and shine because, you know, they weren't getting doubled that day.
Yeah.
You know, so. If you didn't double me, I took it as an insult.
As you should.
You know, I took it as an insult, and it just made it worse for that team, quite honestly, because, you know, especially if you're doubling with a safety. If you're doubling with two good cornerbacks, that's different. Like say your main cornerback and then your fifth man coming in. You know, that's different. But you try to double with a corner and a safety. That's an insult.
They're gonna have
say safety's not used to covering. They don't cover.
Yeah.
You know, they're not no one-on-one type of thing. They're always back there. They got that cushion between them. So if I ever get head up with you and you're a safety, that game's over. It's different if you're a cornerback because they know how to retreat. They know how to retreat. They know how to cheat. They know how to hold. They know how to do all. Just like we know how to push off. We know how to do all those things. Safeties, they're never in that situation typically.
Yep. Let me ask you this too. One of your teams got voted the most complete team of all time. All right. I don't know if you saw this.
Probably the 91 Super Bowl.
And I was about to ask you about that. Out of all the teams you played on, and you played on some damn good teams, which one was the most complete to you? Now I know what the magazine and ESPN voted on. Which one was the most complete team where you felt like every time y'all when the first quarter bell rung, y'all you like this is already over with?
I'd probably have to say the 91. I'd probably have to say the 91 team, just because we started off so strong. You know, we could spot you a lead and then just come and take it away. You know, like and the biggest reason I felt that way is no matter even the games that we lost. Quite honest, which really was only Dallas. He thought we lost against Philadelphia too, but Joe had pulled all the starters out of the game because of the playoff situation. But we never thought we was out of a game, and I don't care if it could have been 40-0 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
With 8 minutes left, we still would think we'd win the football game, and it's just our mindset was that way. And when you got a defense who is just shutting everybody down, and then you got an offense that can score 30 points in a quarter if they need to.
Yeah.
That's a hard combination to beat right there. And we just, for some reason that year, everything was on all cylinders. We didn't have injuries. Everybody was healthy, we went into it. I mean, quite honestly, we should have went undefeated that season. I'm so mad that we didn't go undefeated because everybody wants the perfect record. Everybody's chasing the Dolphins. Everybody. The Patriots almost had them one time because they lost the most important game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we thought we was going to have it that way, and we probably was a little cocky.
Yeah,
probably,
just a little bit. Huh?
Yeah, and the loss, honestly, might have been could have been good because it brought us back to reality.
Yeah, it humbled you.
We were like, I mean, we always were kind of a little bit cocky, quite honestly, as a team. I mean, I remember in my first Super Bowl with the Hogs, I mean, they're telling the Broncos what play we're going to run. They're so confident, man. I mean, you're letting them know what it is. And so initially I was like, you guys are crazy what you're doing. That's only my third year in the league, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? Be quiet, But by my fourth, fifth year in the league, I'm saying, I'm telling DBs what I'm going to do. Because DB don't know if I'm telling the truth or lying.
We don't. And we sure not going to trust him. I'm not trusting Eric Clark. Yeah.
But then what you know is that when you do it, and then they see that you did do what you said you was good, mess with their psyche the next time you play.
Oh, yeah.
So the next time you play them, I'm going to lie to you that time.
Yeah.
I'm going to lie to you and tell them I'm going to run something. I'm telling them to run a post, I'm going to run a corner.
Yeah.
The way the game has changed now, where it's such a pass-happy league, the quarterback is so protected, and we see offenses just explode. Do you look back and say, man, if I was playing today, my numbers numbers were already incredible back then. In today's game, I feel like they'd be even bigger than they were.
The middle of the field is open now.
Yes.
It was closed when he played because they was knocking people out.
Yeah, we were getting headaches, and they brought me in to be the guy to go across the middle of the field. So my first fight, that's what I was taking that 15-yard square in, taking that slant, and I was getting headaches every week because I was getting the crap knocked out of me when they do it. But, that was like my little niche that I was able to do and be able to turn into other things. But if I was playing in today's game, but the amount of times that they throw the rock.
40 times again.
I mean, like, Terry's finally breaking some of my records now, but those records are all 30 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, if I was playing now where I'm going to catch 100 balls a year.
Yeah.
More than 100 balls a year. Come on now.
Yeah.
we came in the league when I first came into the league, 50 catches was the thing. Like, if you got 50 catches, you was considered a good receiver. Yeah. And then,
the run and shoot at Houston in Buffalo started to push the ball.
And then we turned from like a run first team because Joe's always been a run first, throw second team. We ended up turning, but he's also looks at his personnel. That's what I loved about Joe. Like, he looks at his personnel, and then slowly after the 87 Super Bowl, when we got to about around 1989, we was throw pass, set up the run. Our running back still got 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
But it's because they thought we was going to throw the ball 3 downs out of 4 downs. So it started. We had Joe was just brilliant on how he mastered that offense. I mean, it was unbelievable what we could do with it, and he also allowed us to. Who want to make a change in the game?
Yeah.
Better work.
Yeah.
Better work.
But you can bring it up to
Better
him.
work, but yeah, I know I brought it up to the quarterback.
Yeah.
We never brought it up to Joe before. We brought it up during the game to the quarterbacks. Then the quarterbacks would have to agree to it, of course. But, it's like anything else. We're the players. Like, for example, you're the defensive back.
Yeah.
You know, if they call a zone, but you know that you can shut me down, you're going to go and shut me down.
Yeah.
You're going to just going to.
I'm going to tell London change the play.
Exactly.
Yep.
I mean, so, but you need a coach that allows you to do those things and then you're not going to be right every time.
Sure.
But he doesn't hold that against you, and he still allows you to go out there and play your game, and that's what I loved about Joe. He allowed, he probably hated me. He even told me, I hate you Monday through Saturday. I love you on Sundays.
All day.
He was just a magical coach, and you find coaches like that, eventually you win Super Bowl.
Yep. Gary, I played in FedEx Field. You've watched a million games in FedEx Field, but you played at RFK.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a stark difference in them. Could you paint a picture? Could you take me on a Sunday afternoon and just describe to me how it felt, maybe even from the drive-in? Like, take me to RFK and what made it so special.
We truly had a 12th man. It was unbelievable. I mean, you come into a stadium, and for the most part, there is no other color jersey in your stadium. Like, for example, when we need the crowd, the offense has the ball on the other team, our crowd is loud, and when our offense has a team, silence.
Yeah, I love that.
So we can get stuff into it. I mean, it was unbelievable, and then the fans. I mean, we had something like an 80,000 waiting list to get. We're sold out. We're sold out. It was still sold out before I got there.
Yeah,
it was
sold out
after
when you
I
left.
left. Yeah, and again, but when Joe came back to FedEx Field, and FedEx Field got sold out. I mean, a common denomination in that is Joe Gibbs. I mean, he knows how to get the most out of his player. It was a different type of player when he came back the second time around. It wasn't quite the same type of player. He didn't have same type of control. Like, practices were a little different.
A lot lighter than he was.
And because we hit every day. We even we put on shorts on Friday, shorts and shoulder pads. But anytime you had shoulder pads on, we were going to hit.
No, we hit.
So and now I'm like, practices now. I can kind of see why defensive players tend to miss more tackles now because they don't actually hit and practice anymore.
Yep.
And it's kind of hard if you don't practice your craft to become great at it again. I mean, if I was being a coach, it'd be a little different. I know, as a coach, we can't tell you to do that.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut practice short by an hour and a half. And I'm going to have my captains on the team like Fred Smoot. I'm saying, y'all go out there and play.
Yeah.
Y'all go out there and practice. Then they can do what they want to on their own time.
Yeah.
So go out there and get it done. Because at the end of the day, the teams who go the extra mile are the teams that win in this market. And I'm guaranteeing the teams that we see that are winning Super Bowls, they're doing something that's a little different. Yeah. That's not by the rules.
Yep.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
You ain't trying. Ain't we from the 90s?
You can learn a lot listening to a legend. That's a legend right there.
I'm just being true. I mean, think about it. Like, every play, somebody's cheating. I don't care what it is. Somebody's holding, somebody's pushing off.
Trick of the trade.
It's just what it is. Like, I mean, because he is such a good defensive back. There's going to be a lot of times that he guesses right what I'm doing, and he's right on me. So I'm going to have to push him away to kind of get open. There's going to be times where he doesn't figure out what I'm doing. He's going to have to grab my hand and hold me, but it's not going to look like a hold. The key is mastering your craft. And a lot of people, they don't master their craft anymore. They don't take the time to dig in to practice over and over and over again. So this is a push-off. You see that. You do not see that. You do not see this push-off.
Right.
But it takes time to master that. Because if not, you're going to do that in the game.
And they're going to see that.
And they're going to see that.
But see, now, I had got to the point, I know you can't run without your arms. I used to grab,
you grab that wrist.
But I used to swing with him. So I'm not swinging against him. To you, it looks like nothing.
Right. But it's like they're just running together.
Yes. But now, if I grab it and don't run with him, it's going to look like I'm holding. So it's tricks of the trade to get things done.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. And that's the game of football. And that's what you love about it. You love that I would have to sit down and really try to analyze how he played as a defensive back. You know, I did that later in my career. I should have did it in the very start of my career. Early part of my career, I was just so freaking cocky. It was just ridiculous. I was like, it's not fair.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not fair. I didn't watch film.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch film probably until my 7th, 8th year in the league.
Is that right?
No. I used to be, it's not going to be fair. I mean, but for me, I had to give myself that edge. You know how you got to give yourself an edge? I'd be like, I got to figure out a way to play with a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Now I say, okay, now you didn't watch any film, but now you got to go out there and you got to play hard. You know, you got to give them 100%. You got to do your thing. But there was games I should have looked at the damn film.
Would have saved you some trouble out there.
I was like, this is not a good game. You know, but I think as a player, you got to do whatever gives yourself that edge mentally that it allows you to play better.
Yep.
And that, for me, that's what it was. You know what? If I don't look at film, that means I got to bring my best come Sunday.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, in terms of, but I prepare because preparation is everything for a player to become, like, Fred didn't want to be good. He wanted to be great. That's why he was a great cornerback, not just a good cornerback. If you just want to be good, you're going to be good.
Yep.
If you want to be great, you got to work at it. And you got to put in the time. Like, when I see people, when you see practice is over and that feels nobody's on the field.
They tell you everything you need to know.
I'll know if a team could be good or bad.
Yeah. And we started this off by saying, this whole podcast we were talking to draft, what player loves football, right?
That's
what
right.
What players going to come, they coming because they love it. Pay me later. I'm coming to play some football.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Well, played football about as good as it gets in the National Football League. Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, All-Pro, Gary Clark, we appreciate it.
Should be in the Hall of Fame. But they seem to snub my guys. They seem to snub the Washington guys, the Jacobys of the world, the Brian Mitchells of the world. I don't know where this internal, external hate for the Washington guys coming from. But we're going to have to make a step forward to get these guys where they just do.
Nah, I'm just glad to be on y'all's podcast.
Anytime.
Thank you, man. I
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Anytime.
Appreciate it, man. Anything for you, Frederick. You know that, man.
I don't know how you follow that.
It's hard to follow greatness.
It's hard to follow greatness. But we do have to pay the bills. So we're going to do that with Honda.
Yeah, please do.
Feel the power of the CR-V Hybrid and Accord Hybrid, Honda's most electrifying vehicles yet. Find adventure in one of Honda's rugged SUVs and trucks like the Pilot Trail Sport, Honda's most rugged SUV ever, or experience the thrilling performance of the fun-to-drive Honda Civic with an available turbocharged engine. Get power, performance, and ruggedness with Honda. Find the Honda perfect for you at your local Honda dealer. And breaking news Commanders fans want to hear, SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. The deal is finalized. They are the newest member of the family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Commanders games or any other live event in the DMV, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders, so Commanders fans can fan.
Yeah.
Debate of the week.
Yes, it is.
Johnny Manziel. I don't like Johnny Manziel, but he says,
why you don't like Johnny Football? Like, Johnny Football is a tale. Like, you know what? When he first hit the scene, I was like, he's been here before. You know how, like, Johnny Football, I feel like it's a tale from, like, the 50s of this guy, of this lure. I think Johnny is a cautious tale.
He is a cautionary tale, no question about that.
So I think him being humbled by all this, I would love to see a Johnny Football redemption, similar to, like, Doug Flutie. Johnny Football goes to the Canadian League.
He did go for a while.
No, go play for 5 years, reestablish himself. Some quarterback gets hurt with like 3 games left. This team brings in football. Football takes that team to the Super Bowl and wins it. Listen, I always pray for people to. I like to see people rebound.
Sure,
that's my thing, and I would love to see him rebound.
He says he's not going to attend this Heisman get-together.
Yeah,
because Reggie Bush has not received his Heisman because he was banned had to give that Heisman back because of breaking the rules back when he was the winner of the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
And you are of the opinion, I disagree, that they need to give his Heisman back.
Give that man his trophy. He earned that trophy. All right, he took some money. Now it's legal to take money. All right, so now he breaks no rules in the new rule pattern, and I know how you feel, but all I'm saying is we're talking about the Heisman that he earned. He earned that. Right. Give that man his trophy. Tell us how you feel.
Listen. First of all, I should have gone to Vince Young. That's my personal opinion. But Reggie Bush was incredible when he played. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
So when he got the Heisman, he earned the Heisman. But He broke the rules at the time, and now people are saying, well, yeah, he didn't see. Look at things are different now. Yes, different now, but back then those were the rules. He broke the rules.
Old man alert!
It is old man alert.
Old man alert!
Hey, hey, listen, I did some calculations. The defensive rules, Fred Smoot, in the NBA, they are so much more lax now. They allow for so much more offensive scoring. I ran some metrics, and now Michael Jordan should have averaged 44 points a game. Let's give Michael Jordan 44 points a game. The rules are rules.
Don't do that. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I think people disagreed when it happened. All right, and they disagree now. Get that man. You know what you remind me of?
Oh, God.
The old NCAA. The faceless men.
That's right.
Like, we never know them.
You boys are going to follow my rules or it's out.
Like, we're going to sell your jersey and give you nothing for it. You know what? We're going to give you a scholarship, but I just made you $25 million, and we're going to give you free lunch.
Right.
That's who you are.
Well, okay. When did the NFL start recording sacks? Like the late 70s?
Yeah.
Something like that? Well, you know what? I've gone through the tape.
And Mean Joe Green.
And there's a guy who played for the Chicago Cardinals. And I'll tell you one thing. Now he gets the sack record. But it wasn't counted back then. This is not personal to Reggie Bush. It's just, I believe, a slippery slope when you say, listen, now things are different. Now that things are different, let's go back and change things from 20, 30, 40 years ago where the rules are completely different than they are now.
Dirty old man.
Dirty old, well, with the mustache, maybe.